Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is Denise for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And I am the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I help you guys to increase in your faith and relationship with God in Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday, and occasionally on Tuesdays. So if you haven't already, don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified when I post a video. And as the title says above, this is going to be my November TBR. Now, have I started reading a book? Technically yes, technically no. We're gonna get into it. And so if you guys saw I think it was my fall TBR video, I did a video like sharing with you guys all the books that I kind of wanted to tackle in the fall. I'm taking those books and breaking them up between November, December, and October. So I read some in October, I'm gonna read some in November, and then I'm gonna do the rest of those in December, and we're gonna try to read as many as I can before the winter. And so I have now these set of books. So I have a stack. And when I say a stack, I mean a stack, y'all, a stack. And so we just gonna dive in. So the first two books I have are not Christian books. They're not. But I am buddy reading them with Stephanie. So they are fantasy books and full-on fantasy, which I'm excited because I am ready to dive back into a fantasy world. And I think for the last month of the year, I'm going to reread a bunch of fantasies and like finish reading some because I miss fantasies. And so I'm excited to be diving into this because I read the first book, gave it 5 stars, and so we're rereading the first book and then diving into the sequel that just came out. So we're going to be diving, me and Steph are going to be reading Legendborn by Miss Tracy Deonn. And this is a YA fantasy, black girl magic, of course, about a young girl named Bree who goes off to UNC Chapel Hill, I believe it is, and she goes after her mom ends up dead, and she goes and realizes that she is a Legendborn per se. That's the name of the book, Legendborn. And she learns about the sort of secret society of the Legendborn, which is based off of the Arthurian legend. And I'm not gonna go further into that, but just know I did read this book already, gave it a 5-star rating, top tier. And so we're rereading the first book because obviously the second book came out, and so the second book is Bloodmarked, and I don't know anything about the second book. I don't. It says, will she become the legend or break it? Ooh, I'm excited. I am excited. Ooh, wait, y'all, I have not read this yet. Oh my god, I'm so happy they put this at the beginning. The Order of the Round, the Crowned King and Awakened Sion, the High Council. Okay. Legions and Page, blah blah blah. Good. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be reading Bloodmarked, which is basically obviously the follow-up to the first book, Legendborn. And I do obviously know how Legendborn ends with Miss Bree, of course. And with Legendborn, it follows Bree as a main character, but there's also a bunch of, like, a host of other characters, but the 2 male characters in this are Selwyn, or Sel as they call him for short, as well as Nick. Nick is kind of like the love interest in this book, and I'm gonna say Sel is also like the secondary love interest in the book. And I know there are some things that go down at the end of the first book, so I'm ready to pick up the second book. We're gonna reread the first book to refresh our thoughts. For me, however, what I have been doing is after I write my Goodreads reviews, I print them out and then I will paste them to the back of my book so that I have it for the future in case I decide to like reread the review real quick. I don't have to go onto Goodreads. So once I obviously reread it, if I have any additional thoughts, I will print that out and stick it in here as well. But yeah, those are the 2 right now that I'm going to stick to reading that are like not Christian related. I want to read those. I have to. Black girl magic, we gotta do it. I don't think I'm gonna read any other like secular books for this month. I just want to read those 2 because I'm buddy reading obviously with stuff. So we have those. So then moving on, I'm gonna go into biblical fiction. I only have 2. This first one will definitely have a reading blog. Expect it. Y'all see this beauty? Do y'all see? Y'all know how I feel about Miss Tessa Afshar. I read everything. I read everything. Now, have I read the arc? Of course. Did I do a reading blog for the arc? No. Do I remember anything about the arc? Kind of. Am I still going to reread this physically? Yes. I am so excited. So excited, y'all. Don't understand. Look at that. So pretty. Y'all do not understand the excitement that I feel when it comes to Tessa's books, because Tessa is literally my absolute favorite biblical fiction author. And so on the back it says, as an Israelite slave, she sees no hope for a future, but she soon discovers the fate of nations may rest in her hands. Karen, a gifted young Jewish scribe in the household of Daniel, learns languages and swordsmanship. Ooh, okay. Alongside the great man's sons and their friend Jared, but a tragic accident changes the course of her life, and she finds herself far from home, charged with a mysterious task. Teach a shepherd boy to be a lord. She soon hears hints of the child's true parentage and realizes she must protect him from a bloodthirsty king. Though Jared struggles to forgive Karen, he still travels over mountains to fetch her back to the safety of home. When he discovers the secret identity of Karen's pupil, love battles bitterness as Jared joins Karen on the journey of a lifetime to save the boy who may one day deliver their people from captivity in Babylon. And so, yes, we are excited to read The Hidden Prince by Miss Tessa Afshar. Y'all know I'ma always hype up Miss Tessa Afshar books. Just know. Just know. Okay, if you don't know, now you know. I love me some Tessa Afshar. I got all her books. I got her Bible study. I got the Bible study DVD. Tessa Afshar, Cana Link cassette. We here for it. Okay. And so the next biblical fiction I'm gonna do is Daughter of Cana, by Miss Angela Hunt, the first book in a Jerusalem Roads series. I think it's 4 books. This one follows Thomas and Tasman. They're twin siblings hired to oversee a wedding feast in Cana. Worry when the host runs out of wine, until a guest tells Tasman to have the servants fill the pitchers by the gate with water from the cistern. Reluctantly, she obeys and is amazed when the rainwater turns into the finest wine ever tasted in Cana. When Thomas impulsively decides to follow the teacher from Nazareth, the twins argue bitterly. Tasman refuses to be abandoned or to let her brother be taken in by the magician prophet. When he departs anyway, she decides to follow the Nazarenes group, aided by Jude, a younger brother to Yeshua of Nazareth, and do whatever she must to mend the fractured relationship, reveal the truth, and bring her brother home. So, I'm excited to see what this is about with one of the followers of Christ, Thomas, and his could have been twin sister, Tasman. So we have that. Then I have 4 contemporaries that I want to read that were obviously on that list. So the first 2 are both by David Rawlings. We have The Baggage Handler, and then we have The Camera Never Lies. I believe this was the first book he wrote and the second book he wrote. So The Baggage Handler, really quick, is an allegory, if I'm not mistaken, of modern day parable about the burdens that weigh us down. And so it says, when 3 people take the wrong suitcase from baggage claim, their lives change forever. A hot-headed businessman coming to the city for a showdown meeting to save his job, a mother of 3 hoping to survive the days at her sister's house before her niece's wedding, and a young artist pursuing his father's dream so he can keep his own alive. When David, Jillian, and Michael each take the wrong suitcase from baggage claim, the airline directs them to retrieve their bags at a mysterious facility in a deserted part of the city. There they meet the enigmatic baggage handler, who shows them there is more in their baggage than what they packed, and carrying it with them is slowing them down in ways they can't imagine, and they must deal with it before they can leave. And so, yeah, I'm excited to dive into this, and I think this book is just so stinking cute and small, and I'm excited to get a whole lot out of this. There's a quote on the back. Ready? Let's see. It says, look, the problem isn't you've been handed some baggage. Everyone has baggage. It's that it's difficult for you to move forward with your life. Every time an opportunity presents itself, you can't move quickly because this weight drags behind you. A single tear streaked down the baggage handler's face. That's been there for a very long time. A very long time. I'm sorry about what has happened, but you don't need to carry this baggage. You have a choice. And there is a discussion guide inside as well. So, y'all know I'm about to tear this one up. This might be a book club read one day, depending on how good it is. And then this one, The Camera Never Lies, it says, Daniel, Kelly, and Millie appear to be the perfect family, but an old camera will expose secrets no one once developed. So Daniel Whitley is a successful marriage counselor and best-selling author, yet his own marriage is in crisis and his daughter is drifting further away each day. To make matters worse, the deadline for his second book has come and gone, and he still hasn't written a single word. When Daniel inherits an old camera from his grandfather, he notices an inscription on the bottom. No matter what you think you might see, the camera never lies. Daniel begins using the camera, but every time he develops his photos, they threaten to reveal secrets that could sabotage both his marriage and his career, and destroying the life he has worked so hard to build. He's faced with a choice: keep his secrets and save his career, or come clean and possibly save his family. Which will he choose? Which would you choose? So I am excited to dive into that book. Then, of course, I have the two books sent to me for review. This one is Start Praying by Ray. I don't want to butcher it, but Ray. There we go. Start Praying. And this one is about Sierra. It's Valentine's Day. She is 33 years old and she is single for the 6th year straight. So after succumbing to a pity party, she decides to attend a singles event at a church, but she doesn't meet anyone. But then on her way home, she sees a pregnant teen waiting at a bus stop during a snowstorm and decides to take a risk and give the girl a ride home. And then the girl needs more than just a ride home, and Sierra steps in to help. So I'm excited for that book. Then we have One Transforming Love, based on a true love story by Miss Erin, Elise Q. I believe that's how you say that. And it says, searching for love in all the wrong places, discovering a love she never knew existed, a love that has the ability to transform it all. Aubrey swayed to the music with her eyes closed, arm raised out to the sky, her starfish worship position, and she heard a whisper from within. I am showing you what love is, my daughter. A love you've never seen before. A love you didn't know existed. I am healing your heart from the past and making it whole. Whole in my love. So, yeah. We got this one I'm excited for as well. And we have 3 fantasies I want to read. So, obviously, I want to finish my reread. I still got my bookmark in it, my reread. I am on chapter 4. I want to finish my reread of this so that I can start my Bible study that I'm planning to do in January fresh. So I have This Present Darkness by Frankie Peretti that I want to reread. And then with that, I also want to finally The Shock of the Night. The Shock of Night? Yeah, The Shock of Night by Patrick W. Carr. I think I've shown this book in almost every TBR that I've done this year. It's Christian Fantasy by Patrick W. Carr. It's a Dark Water Saga? Yeah. I would like to read this book. Will I get to it? I want to get to it before the end of the year. Y'all just, yeah, before the end of the year. We got this up here. It follows Willett Dora. He is basically given this new ability, this gift that's not supposed to exist, and it's given to him from a priestess that died basically in the forest that he was in. So he has to figure out what's going on. There's a murderer on the loose in Bernard that he is trying to stop. There's a conflict that's threatening the city, and there is a force that he has to figure out everything, and then also have to figure out this ability that he has. So it sounds intriguing. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. Still have yet to read it. So I want to read it so that I know if I want to keep this or not and get the other books or not. So we have it. And the last fantasy that I have is The Fall of Lucifer. It's the first book in the Chronicles of Brothers trilogy by Miss Wendy, Alec, and it's the story of the fall of Lucifer. and it follows Gabriel, Lucifer, and what's the other brother? Gabriel, Lucifer, and Michael. Yeah. So it says three archangels, 3 brothers, 1 turned renegade. A sweeping epic of origins and mysteries, the fall of Lucifer tells a tale older than the universe itself, set in opulent palaces and frightening hell worlds. This is a timeless saga of doubt, of demons and angelic warriors, of obsessive love and treason, and of an ancient evil that knows no bounds. The Fall of Lucifer is one of the finest novels I have ever read, superbly written, deeply moving, with a plot that leaves the Da Vinci Code in the shade. And this was written by G.P. Taylor, who was the author of Shadowmancer. So, yeah. I'm excited to read this. So, we got that. It sounds interesting. And then the last 3 books I have are going to be suspenses. So, I have If I Run by Miss Terri Blackstock. I think I own the first 2 books, If I Run and If I Live, or something like that. I don't remember what book 2 is. But this one follows Miss Cassie. Cassie Cox's DNA is all over a crime scene. But she knows she didn't do it, but she had to flee before she was arrested or worse. So the truth really to her doesn't matter because obviously her DNA is everywhere. And so now we have a veteran hired to find her, who is Dylan Roberts, and Dylan is basically trying to figure out, did she really do it? Did she not do it? What's the truth behind it? Is it a setup, or whatever the case may be? So yeah, we have this, and I'm interested to see what this is about because a lot of people talk about it. So we have If I Run by Miss Terri Blackstock, and I have other books by her that I want to read, but I do want to read this trilogy from her first. So yeah, if I like it, I'll pick up. I think I have book 2. I just would have to pick up the final book if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. And then obviously I have 2 books from Miss Jaime Jo Wright. And so I have The House on Foster Hill, which I do want to reread. I originally read this with my good sis Stephanie, and I think I gave it, like I said, a 4 or 5 star rating. But I want to reread the physical copy because I really did enjoy this book. And so yeah, this follows Kane Prescott. Her husband had died, and she's in desperate need of a fresh start. She purchases an old house from her grandfather's Wisconsin hometown. Yeah, and the house has a dark history, and then the history happened a century earlier, which is on the Foster Hill, which is about Ivy Thorpe. So yeah, we have Ivy Thorpe and Kane Prescott in this book. And then this is The Reckoning at Gossamer Pond by Jaime Jo Wright, and this one takes place in the town of Gossamer Grove. It's following Annalise Forts, and then a century earlier you have Libby Sheffield. So yeah, those are the books. So that is a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14 books. I think I can do it. I'm currently in the middle of Bloodmarked. I don't know which the next book is that I'm going to read. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I used to do the spin the wheel thing. I'm going to continue with spinning the wheel. I'm just going to update my spin the wheel. And yeah, while I'm talking, actually, you should be seeing the screenshot of me updating my spin the wheel for this month. So I'm going to update that spin the wheel situation, and we will start spinning, and I'll spin for my first book. I'm not going to put Bloodmarked or Legendborn on that because obviously those are not going to be included on the wheel, but I am going to put the rest of these books on that wheel, and we'll go from there. I've actually been enjoying the spin the wheel because it forces me to actually get through these books and makes it fun for me to read. So whatever book I spend for is going to be the first book that I read outside of obviously Bloodmarked and Legendborn. So yeah, that's it. If you made it to the end of this video, post this emoji right here. Don't know what it is, and I will chat with you all later. So thank you guys for watching, reading, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.